Outgoing Republican Senator Jeff Flake is standing in the way of his party confirming 22 federal judges to the lower courts. He is demanding a vote to protect special counsels like Robert Mueller from political interference. Senator Flake told CNN the Judiciary Committee, where Republicans hold a one-vote advantage, they can try to move forward with the nominations, but as a member of the panel, he will just vote no, which will mean, effectively, they won't get out of committee. Joining us now is Senator John Kennedy, a Republican member of the Judiciary Committee. And Senator Kennedy, I know, actually, you take the confirmation process incredibly seriously. You dive in and research these nominees more than almost any senator I have ever seen. What do you make of the action being taken by Senator Flake to hold up these votes?
Well, I'm not going to impugn Jeff's motives. He has every right to do what he's doing. Now, do I agree with him? No. But I'm certainly not going to criticize him. I think Jeff's in good faith. He believes strongly about that we ought to have a vote on his bill. I wouldn't do it in this circumstance, but I'm certainly not mad. I mean, I've told him, man, do if you think you're right, stand your ground.
So, Senator, I know you oppose the measure that Senator Flake is proposing here. You don't believe there is a need for protection for the special counsel. Right. But why not give them a vote? You support democracy.
Well, I'm okay if they want to have a vote. John, I'm fine with that. I don't think we get to vote enough as senators. But I don't think the bill's constitutional. I don't think that it's necessary. I just don't believe that President Trump, I think he's too smart to fire Mr. Mueller. I don't think Mr. Mueller should be fired. I think looks to me like he's getting close to the end of his investigation. I hope he files a report soon, and I'm going to fight like hell to make sure the report's public. I also think if a bill passes, the president's going to veto it. But having said all that, Jeff wants to make a point here, and he has every right to make that point. And if he wants to hold up all the nominations, I don't agree with him, but he has the right to do that.
But I do think it's interesting that you would support the idea of a vote. You would be happy.
I'm okay with a vote.
Okay.
I think we don't get to vote enough on tough issues around here.
So, Senator, you seem so confident that President Trump doesn't want to fire the special counsel Robert Mueller or wants to allow this investigation to continue. And it's curious that you have such confidence when the president tells us what he's thinking, like, all the time about the Mueller investigation. This is just one of the most recent things he's written. He's quoting Roger Stone, "I will never testify against Trump." This statement was recently made by Roger Stone, essentially stating that he will not be forced by a rogue and out-of-control prosecutor to make up lies and stories about President Trump. Nice to know that some people still have guts. When he's calling the special counsel a rogue and out-of-control prosecutor, why does that inspire confidence in you that his job is safe?
Well, let me put it this way, John. Every politician, and it's especially true in Washington, but every politician I've ever known can talk the ears off a jackrabbit. They talk a lot. You have to watch what politicians do, not what they say. Now, I know President Trump, we're all politicians, he is, I am, has had a lot to say about Mr. Mueller. But look at what he's done. I don't know any single act of that he is committed that is in any way tried to deter Mr. Mueller from doing his job. Now, well, he's vented a lot on Twitter. This is America. He has a First Amendment right to, but he hasn't taken any steps to try to block the investigation. Well, nor do I think he will.
Well, I will say he did fire the former FBI Director James Comey. He did install his own guy as acting attorney general who oversees the investigation. Those two steps in and of themselves, that's not nothing, is it, Senator?
No, but presidents have the right to fire the FBI director. And number two, presidents have the right to surround themselves with advisors of their choice. You're talking about our acting attorney general. I haven't seen any evidence that the acting attorney general has taken any steps to impede Mr. Mueller.
Do you know?
If he does now, we'll deal with it. But I'm not going to hang him before he has a trial.
Do you know with 100% certainty if the acting attorney general is overseeing the special counsel investigation? Because we haven't been given a direct answer. You're on the Judiciary Committee. You certainly are owed an answer to that. Do you know?
I don't know with 100% certainty either way.
Shouldn't you know that?
So wait, say again, John. Should I know what?
I don't mean you. Shouldn't that be something that you know as a senator on the Judiciary Committee?
Well, I mean, I'd like to know, but I don't expect the acting attorney general or the permanent attorney general to call the Judiciary Committee every time he takes a step in doing his job. I mean, look, this is honestly how I feel. I know there's been a lot of rhetoric. Talk's cheap. I know of no overt steps to interfere with Mr. Mueller, nor should there be, or to impede his investigation. Looks to me like Mr. Mueller's moving along now at a very rapid pace, and we're going to know more. And somebody did something wrong, punish them for the rest of their natural lives if it's appropriate, prosecute them. But in the meantime, he seems to be moving more quickly now, and I'm happy with that. Let's get this thing wrapped up.
We got about a minute left, and I want to get your take on the Jamal Khashoggi situation and the briefing by the CIA Director Gina Haspel, the select group of senators. You said she managed to piss everyone off by only briefing a select group of senators there. Would you support a Senate measure which basically suggests that it is the belief of the Senate that the Saudi crown prince was connected to or behind at some level the murder of Jamal Khashoggi?
Yes. And look, in terms of Director Haspel, I wasn't there, and that's fine. But I've talked to people who were there and did get briefed. I believed before, and I believe now, that Prince Mohammed knew about it. I don't know whether he gave the order, but he certainly knew about it. Number two, they gutted Mr. Khashoggi like a fish. And number three, we've got to condemn it in the strongest possible terms. Number four, we've got to do it without blowing up the Middle East.
Senator John Kennedy, it's always a pleasure to speak with you. If I don't get a chance to see you again, and I certainly hope I do, have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, happy whatever religion you are, John.
Whatever, Senator. Thank you so much.